I'm Hasini Madanayake. I am a student at South Asian International Institute of Higher Education. I'm studying Diploma in Early Childhood Care and Development at March 2022 batch. So I did this assignment under the subject Child Development, and this is the fourth assignment under this subject. So the assignment is about the role of parents in shaping the normal growth and development of children post-COVID. So in this assignment, I'll be talking about the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on children, impact on physical development, impact on mental development, impact on social development, and finally on how parents should support children to overcome these post-COVID challenges. So first, let's look at the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on children. So this COVID-19 pandemic brought a complex array of challenges which had mental health repercussions for everyone, including children and adolescents. And children in all countries are seriously suffering from the consequences of the pandemic. For example, COVID-19 has created the largest disruption of education systems in history, affecting nearly 1.6 billion students in more than 190 countries. In addition, according to the WHO Pulse survey on continuity of essential health services during COVID-19 pandemic, published in August 2020, 90% of the countries report disruptions to essential health services since the COVID-19 pandemic started. The most frequently disrupted areas reported include services essential for children, such as routine immunization, including 70% of outreach services and 61% of facility-based services. The harmful effects of the pandemic have not been distributed equally. Children living in vulnerable situations continue to be disproportionately affected in relation to their long-term health outcomes. Children of single parent and frontline workers suffer unique problems. School closure, lack of outdoor activity, aberrant dietary and sleeping habits are likely to disrupt children's usual lifestyle and can potentially promote monotony, distress, impatience, annoyance, and varied neuropsychiatric manifestations. And incidents of domestic violence, child abuse, adulterated online contents are on the rise with this pandemic. So now let's look at the impact on physical development due to this COVID-19 pandemic. So of course, we encounter issues with gross motor skills and fine motor skills, especially when it comes to very young children, because they've been stuck to online classes for a long period instead of interactive activities in the classroom. And physical fitness issues also have arisen due to more screen time with less exercises and outdoor play. And lethargic behaviors due to long time avoidance of interactive preschool activities also can be considered an issue with regard to physical development of children. And higher vulnerability to non-communicable diseases due to less focus on fitness and unhealthy eating habits during pandemic is also another threat to physical development of children. So health problems arising due to nutritional problems is also another concern, because many families struggled a lot during this pandemic due to redundancies, business bankruptcies. So especially the lower income families faced severe financial crises due to the pandemic, and due to that, children missed nutritious food. And the United Nations Secretary General has reported a horrifying global surge in domestic based violence linked to COVID 19, and calls to helplines in some countries have reportedly doubled. Child abuse is less likely to be detected during the COVID 19 crisis, as child protection agencies have reduced monitoring to avoid spreading the virus, and teachers are less able to detect signs of ill treatment with the school closure. The COVID 19 crisis also heightens the risk of online child sexual exploitation. Europol has reported that law enforcement partners are reporting increased online activity by those seeking child abuse material as a result of COVID-19. Children are spending more time online due to school shutdowns and maybe anxious or lonely because of isolation and confinement, making them more vulnerable to online predators. So this is also a great physical threat that we are facing due to this COVID-19. Now let's look at the impact on mental development. So grief, fear, uncertainty, social isolation, increased screen time, and parental fatigue have negatively affected the mental health of children. The mental health of millions of children worldwide has been put at risk, with at least 1 in 7 forced to remain at home under nationwide public health orders or recommendation the COVID-19 pandemic. Some children are at greater risk of developing intense reactions, including severe anxiety, depression, and suicidal tendencies even. So any pre-existing mental health problem, past traumatic experience or abuse, family instability, or losing a loved one can make children highly vulnerable to developing severe mental health conditions. Even though much focus has turned to online learning platforms, many public schools are not set up to use them or do not have the technology and equipment to provide online teaching. So children's confidence level is low and anxiety levels are high when starting education after COVID. Thus, they might encounter learning difficulties as well. So this also could be a huge mental pressure for the children as a result of this COVID-19 pandemic. So if we look at the social development impact due to COVID-19, so as we all know, friendships and family supports are strong stabilizing forces for children, but due to COVID-19 pandemic, this was also disrupted. So isolation from friends, relatives have led to several socializing problems like less ability to mingle with others, low tolerance level for others' ideas, attitudes, and issues with respect to adults, relatives, and easily getting irritated with others' behavior. So these are the common behavioral issues that we can behavioral changes we can observe, especially as an impact of this COVID-19 pandemic among children. So now let's look at how parents can support children to to overcome these post-COVID challenges. So being a parent is a daily challenge, and faced with the relatives of COVID-19, social distancing and self-quarantine, it may be a huge struggle for the parents. So for parents, the best way to help their children is to firstly take care of themselves. Self-care during these times enables the caregivers to be there for their children as stable, calm, and soothing parents. So this way, parents will also be able to better understand their children and help them feel reassured, relaxed, and focused. And it is important to be calm and proactive in all conversations with children. We have to check in with them to see how they are doing. The emotions will change regularly, and the parents need to show them that that's okay, because children can be very aggressive because of fear and anxiety. So the parents have to understand their emotions very well and to be supportive. So whether at school or at home, caregivers can engage children in creative activities such as playing and drawing to help them express and communicate and any negative feelings uh, they may be experienced in a safe and supportive environment. This helps children find positive ways to express difficult feelings such as anger, fear, or sadness. And as children often take their emotional cues from the key adults in their lives, including parents and teachers, it is important that adults manage their own emotions well and remain calm. Listen to children's concerns, speak kindly, and reassure them. So basically, we'll have to be a role model, we'll have to be calm, and we'll have to talk nice words first to reassure them to behave in the same manner. And unattended mental health problems can disrupt children's functioning at home, school, and also in the community. So parents and teachers should get equipped to detect and deal with early signs of mental health problems among children, as they are the first to notice changes in child's emotions or behavioral changes. And children and adolescents should also be encouraged to talk about their feelings and reach out to a trusted friend or family members. And early intervention can prevent long-term mental health consequences from this COVID-19 pandemic. Natural environment is a great heal to most of the human suffering. So therefore, children should be given the chance to be with the nature, to enjoy the nature as much as possible, to get back to their natural instincts, to understand their own emotions. And another thing is engagement with religious activities. So, listening to their own religious preachings will also help children find their inner peace. So, parents need to encourage them in such spiritual development paths, especially to support children's emotional stability. So this is all I have with this assignment. My special thanks goes to Madam Jayasuriya, the subject teacher, and Mr. Janaka Kamalgoda, and all the others who helped me in numerous ways on this assignment. So thank you very much.